Welcome back, everyone. So here we are in the shop, and we're not working on Sanford right now. We are moving on to this blue JK for a little bit. So Sanford's pretty much ready to go for its next adventure. I think actually we're going to go do something at the end of this month. So anyway, we're going to get some axles fit in this thing. I got to get them cleaned up and prepped, and start moving forward on this thing. So check this out. So I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of time. We're going to cut all the brackets off this 14 bolt. I've got a truss I believe is supposed to be here tomorrow. So that'll give me my bridge to mount my upper link arms off of. I think I've got all the brackets to do my lower tabs. So this should be fairly quick to get this thing jammed in here. So let's go ahead, get all this stuff cleaned up and get this thing prepped. Well, it's only about 140 in my shop right now, so I figured this is a good time to break out the old gas axe and cut all these brackets off. So, yeah, I just got to grind up these little bit here. We'll clean up this housing and stuff. Looking like I'm going to need a pinion seal and maybe a few little things of this, but this is already loaded, 538 spool, everything, so yeah, it should be good to go. But we'll get this cleaned up and probably paint it or something. Well, I'm not going to paint it till I get all my brackets welded, so we'll get it cleaned up. Wow, I am sweating and covered in grinder dust, but we got all these brackets cleaned up, so I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to like wire wheel or do whatever, get all this entire housing nice and clean, so when I do need to paint it, when I want to weld to it, I can. There will be a truss that's going over this, so that's got to get all cleaned up. But yeah, so, but that part's done, and we can move on to getting this thing clean. As you can tell by my floor, I have been doing some cleaning, and there's another pile over there. So the brackets are off, the tubings are all clean, I got all the paint ground off, and everybody's asked me if I'm going to shave this, and I'm not. This Jeep's going to be kind of a hardcore trail Jeep, but, you know, it is what it is, and I'm not going to create that much more work for myself. But what I did is basically what I call porting the rear end. And so these 14 bolts have this giant lip back here, and it's square and everything. So I bevel it in. My Sanford has a smooth bottom Dana 70, and everything just kind of transitions into that. So if you can get rid of that and give that a little bit of a ramp, and I mean, there's tons of meat here. So, but if you can get that to slope up and give it something for a rock to skid over or whatever, and I just kind of port that whole lip and blend it in, and I'm not really losing any strength. And this part up here on the top, you could actually take that down quite a bit. But yeah, you can get rid of a lot more than that. So, but just for trails and everything, just slick up the bottom of it a little bit and give yourself the best chance you can, because these things are big. Alrighty, so now that this 14 bolt's all as clean as I'm going to get it for now until we start welding to it, I'm ready to move on to, this is the front Dana 60. It's like an 85 through 89 or whatever, just a kingpin Ford housing. So I got to get the little brackets and everything cut off of it. I have a truss for it over there, but that right now leads me into a bigger issue. So I've got a pile of people telling me to put this thing on leaf springs, and I've seen there's been a few done, and a lot of people say they work very well. I did some measuring, and the package I have in Sanford would go into this thing. This is about the wheelbase it would be. I mean, naturally, yeah, I got to lift it up higher, but I'd have plenty of clearance. Everything, and Sanford works really, very well. And I mean, this is not going to be abused like what I do with Sanford. So I'm very tempted to go ahead and do leaf springs on it because, number one, it's me and I do stupid things. Number two, I know for a fact this will go down the highway at, no death wobbles, no weird anything. Number three, I have pretty much everything to do it. And number four, it's way faster, way quicker, and way easier. And yeah, and like I say, this is just going to be for snow wheeling, trail riding, but if I get into some hardcore stuff, I know it will do it. So I'm at a decision point tonight, so I am going to cut this bracket, that bracket off, but I think I'm going to leave the spring pads on and do a little bit more research. And like I say, it seems stupid, but it also seems I don't know, kind of the way I do things. So, but I'm definitely going to put a little more thought into it, and I don't know. We'll decide here in another day or two. Well, that's about as far as I'm going to go tonight. So I got all the brackets cut off that I was gonna. I left this pad on because, like I say, I'm going to kind of think about this a little bit, and I'm liking it more and more, and it just goes against everything. And I know some people are going to be disappointed, and some people's jaws are going to hit the floor. So that's kind of what I like to do. So I'm going to leave that spring pad on for now, but I still got to blow all this apart to get gears and lockers and everything. So, but yeah, for tonight, this is done. So I'm pretty well done. It's about 11 o'clock, and it's still about 139 degrees in my shop. So I'm hot, I'm sweaty, I'm tired, and I am in a state of confusion. So I say I have got trusses, I've got link brackets, I got links, I got heims, I got coilovers. I have everything to build this and have it linked and coilovered and be a pretty bad machine. And I've had so many people tell me that this has to be on leaf springs just because of who I am and what I do. And I mean, it's really got me intrigued. And I mean, I've seen there's a few online, and the people that have done it are absolutely impressed with the way they work and everything. I mean, there's some top guys, you know, King of the Hammer racers and some other guys that have, you know, they've been around all the good stuff, and they built a few of these on leaf springs and they're loving them. So I think I can use the Sanford formula on this. I might need to mess around with the leaf springs packs a little bit, but I know for a fact this will drive down the road better than probably any, you know, $100,000 JK. I mean, just everything about it. I know it'll perform. It'll do everything I ask of it. So it's really got my wheels turning. So I'm going to go research a little bit and get some ideas, and we'll get back to you on this. So if you want to see this, stay tuned. If this is making you cringe, you probably don't want to watch, because I think it's going to happen. So anyway, thanks for watching what we have done, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. If not, I totally get it. So take care.